Previously, we went through with Gohan getting dragged into the tournament, the revival of Majin Buu, and Vegeta's sacrifice. Check out the previous parts on the card above to catch up. Gohan, still in distress, did manage to win the tournament and even made Mr. Satan look good in front of tens of thousands of people. Gohan brought home the prize money but couldn't shake the feeling that he could have done something to prevent Vegeta from dying. Supreme Kai came to Gohan the next morning when him and Videl were out on a date. Supreme Kai saw it's a date and decided not to interfere, but Gohan did reply that it's fine and it can be quick. So Supreme Kai tells him he saw a lot of potential in not only him, but every Saiyan on this planet and wants them to try doing something for him soon. Gohan asks to elaborate and Shin explains the Z-Sword and the potential that can be released from it. Gohan accepted, asking Videl if that's fine. To her, it's perfect. She even wanted to see what extraterrestrial planets are like, so Gohan is happy, Videl is happy, and Shin is happy. Shin then tells them he will come back tomorrow for that, and that is done. Vegeta's revival came by very soon, using the Earth's Dragon Balls to do the job. Since Buu didn't really go anywhere and wreak havoc on the planet, there was really nothing to be repaired. Vegeta was revived and brought to the lookout, with Bulma expecting the arrival. She ran into his arms, bawling her eyes out at first, but smacking him for being so reckless. Vegeta became a really good husband and agreed to the terms of his wife. Gohan is just glad that Vegeta is back, but that same feeling of getting stronger is eating him away, and he's glad that Shin decided to take him along. The day comes and Shin arrives to pick them all up, when Goku asks his son where he's going, and he says he's going to train with Supreme Kai. Goku being Goku, he wants to go along with him and Videl, who is already there and waiting. Chi-Chi is somewhat pissed off that everyone but Goten are going, but she lets it happen once Videl spoke up about them needing to train because of Majin Buu being so powerful and fearing someone else might come there that is even stronger to take over the Earth. And so with that, Goku, Gohan, and Videl go with Shin to the Kai's world. Over there, they fly with Shin to the Z-Sword and first asks of Gohan to try and pull it out. While Kibito is roasting Gohan, Goku just watches on his son pulling it out in Super Saiyan 2 with little to no problem at all. Gohan says he wanted to use Super Saiyan 3 to do it to make it even easier, shocking Goku and revealing he too can achieve that power. When he's asked, he responds that he's not nearly as good at controlling it as his dad and Vegeta are, but he can't do it only for a short period of time. In any case, Goku and Gohan managed to both train with the Z-Sword and are getting hella strong from it because of its heavy weight. Both saying how it's the most heaviest thing they've ever held so far and that it is very good training. They are lugging it back and forth, even training with it together and swinging at each other and blocking the sword. Shin and Kibito wonder if both are destined to wield it at the same time, since the legend said that only one can pull it out and wield it to gain the greatest power in the universe. And yet both of these Saiyans are wielding it and gaining the same strength and agility by using it, questioning their own sanity. After a few months, the sword was fully mastered. Goku and Gohan became quite a bit more powerful, and now they are about to test their limit. Videl also has some training too, gaining expert ki control, even though she had to go back home multiple times with the help of Shin because of Mr. Satan, her dad. She can now throw ki attacks, fly without issue, power up, and much more. She sees the thrill in fighting knowing all this, but is still pretty weak in comparison to the rest of the Earthlings. She's stronger than Namek Saga Krillin when he got his potential unlocked for sure. So she can easily fight, even beats Popovich now in this state if he already weren't fucked up by Bobbity. But the real surprise comes in when Gohan swings the sword at Goku so hard that it snaps in half and leaving the blade on the ground, and Gohan holding the hilt in fear. He notices it made some sort of wind come out of it and that it became really light all of a sudden, causing Gohan to report to Shin. Goku and Gohan made small talk about the situation before deciding to fly away, but Shin and Kibita were already there. However, with a third and much older Kai, he looked very old but mighty too. When Shin saw the sword snapped in half, everything came to realization what had happened. They wanted to report the appearance of the previous Kai that lived through a couple of generations, but it turns out that the Kai was actually sealed in the Z-sword all this time, hence it was so heavy to begin with. But that isn't a worry right now at all. Just as a sword snapped, someone opens their eyes abruptly, in an unknown place and in a nightgown. Beerus, the Destroyer, has awoken, having sensed the disturbance in the Kai's world. An angel appears right next to Beerus, wondering if he woke up because of it, and Beerus says that he did. Whis replies that the old Kaioshin has been released and can look all into it. Beerus agrees with the proposal and they search into it and discover that 2 Saiyans and a human are currently on the world of the Kais. Beerus is intrigued into it, but having Saiyans mentioned, he remembers his prophecy. A Super Saiyan something, which he cannot really remember what exactly. With red hair, red eyes, and enormous power. They go ask the Oracle Fish about that mysterious entity, and Oracle reveals that it's actually a form that, as far as he knows, is nothing more than a fairy tale to Saiyans. Beerus is even more intrigued now. Maybe the 2 Saiyans on the Kai's world could be those Super Saiyan gods, or at least just one of them. He gets so pumped up and he tells Whis that they're going there immediately. But before they go, Beerus doesn't seem to find the universe in distress from Frieza's rampage, so Whis quickly finds out that a Saiyan named Goku has defeated Frieza, the same one that is currently on the Kai's world, and with the help of the Saiyan Prince Vegeta, who dealt with the final blow and then later used the Dragon Balls to resurrect his entire race after Frieza destroyed the planet upon Beerus' request. He also learns that they are now part of the Galactic Patrol and are saving planets instead of ruining them. Beerus is quite interested in Saiyans again, but they have work to do, so Whis takes them towards the world of the Kais. On the Kai's world, old Kai, who has just been released, is already shitting his pants, with the rest asking what's wrong. Old Kai explains that Beerus the Destroyer has awoken, and that only God knows what can happen from here. When the trio was explained who Beerus is, Goku wanted to throw hands. Gohan looked at his dad and smirked, and Videl came up with many outcomes to the battle, asking for his power level and such. Old Kai says he's way stronger than all of them here at their full power put together, and the entire planet Earth and planet Vegeta put together, no matter how strong they can be. Old Kai notices that Beerus is also heading towards them, ringing even more alarm bells, which causes the other 2 Kais to be distressed and the other 3 to be on guard. Beerus eventually arrives and greets the 3 Kais quite happily and welcomes the old Kai back. Then, after making some small talk with him, he inquires about the Saiyans who broke his seal, and Goku immediately sprints up to him to introduce himself. Gohan soon follows, saying they didn't intend to break it, as they used its weight for training. Videl just watched Beerus and how he acts. Beerus took the chance to ask about the Super Saiyan God, figuring the 2 may actually know something, but both Goku and Gohan came up inconclusive with his research. Beerus then asked about Vegeta, in hopes that maybe he knows something about it, and Shin does suggest bringing him here, but Beerus says not to, as he's mostly wanted to know his involvement in the race's revival and operation. Videl chimes in, asking to perhaps use the Dragon Balls about anything he may have wished to know if no one has an answer, and Beerus sparked interest with those said Dragon Balls, not knowing they're a weaker variation of the Wish Orbs, otherwise known to us as Super Dragon Balls. And Beerus is on board. Shin then Kai's all but Kibito and old Kai to Earth near Capsule Corp, while Bulma is making preparations for her upcoming birthday. Beerus smells something in the distance, and he wants to try it out, along with Whis. Shin changes the subject to Vegeta and his questions. Vegeta is requested outside and he steps out, getting scared. He knows that purple cat, but doesn't quite remember from where. Still, they engage in a conversation and Beerus asks him about the Super Saiyan God, to which Vegeta says that he knows of regular Super Saiyans but not a Super Saiyan God. That disappoints Beerus and then proceeds to ask for the Dragon Balls. But there's only one problem. They're a prize in the bingo contest for Bulma's birthday. But what Beerus says goes, because Shin told him that he really needs to comply as Earth could potentially be in danger, telepathically. Vegeta complies with that request and goes to fetch the Dragon Balls. Stay tuned for the next part where we will discover the legend of the Super Saiyan God, the summoning, and the actual battle. Thanks for watching, and with that, peace out.